All right, so let's dig into the closely watched race for D.C. mayor. There are 7 Democratic candidates. The polls show that the candidates really standing out amongst the pack: Councilmember Janice Lewis-George and former council colleague Kenny McDuffie. So let's talk about the polling, right?
Yeah, and you got to really pay close attention to this. Not just who's leading, but also the number of voters who just couldn't make up their minds until the very last minute. CityCast DC released this poll back on May 20th after surveying 735 people in DC. So 39% ranked Janice Lewis-George as their top choice. That was 5 points ahead of Kenny McDuffie. No other candidate topped 7%. But the key number here, nearly 1 in 4 voters still undecided at that time. That's a lot.
That is a lot, and it could certainly decide this race, no doubt. Ward 8 Democrats, meantime, released this straw poll back on June 1st. Now, this one had a much smaller sample size, about 164 voters, which, when you start to get into the math, kind of raises some questions. But it showed Councilmember Janice Lewis-George leading with more than 56%. Councilmember Kenny McDuffie finished second with more than 32%.
Yeah, and finally, this Washington Post Schar School poll was released on June 5th. Nearly 840 voters took part in this. And yeah, like the others, it also put Lewis-George ahead of McDuffie again by 5 points. But once again, look at that undecided number, 25%. Those voters were surveyed between May 27th and June 1st.
So plenty of time for their decisions to get sort of crystallized at that point.